Hi everyone, it's Mark from the Way Back Meditation, and I thought I'd take this opportunity. I'm here in my mobile home, and we're kind of in the depth of this whole COVID virus thing, and so everyone's being asked to self-isolate, to kind of make sacrifices, which is makes a lot of sense. But I wanted to talk to you. It's kind of been prompted a little bit by that, but it's something I've wanted to do for a little while, so now I've got a bit more time. Now's a good time to do it. And it's about love, okay? And it is relevant to these times, but it's actually relevant to all times. It's not just something when there's a problem like this virus, but what the virus has done is it's brought it home to a lot of people. And so I've had a lot of people contacting me to say, look, what can we do? And a bit of a background to this is a lot of the people that I've taught on the Way Back Meditation who have become advanced meditators, and they're accessing much higher forms of energy. With that, they've also been taught ways of doing healing work. And so it's a wonderful time to practice healing. But there's something that we can all do, even if you're not a meditator, even if you don't identify yourself as being spiritual. I think as human beings, we can all relate to something that's fundamental to all of us, and that is love. It's what we're really all about. And where I'm being contacted more and more by people, not just meditators, people are obviously troubled by what's happening in the world. And I don't just mean this particular virus, but it's obvious that there's problems in the world. There always have been. But there's also opportunities to do something about it. And one of the worst things is feeling like there's nothing you can do. And one of the most wonderful things is to realise that actually every one of us is really very powerful, and there is a lot that we can do to make the world a better place. And so I wanted to talk about love in particular, because it is something that anyone can do. It's not the reserve of a meditator or a spiritual person. Everyone has a heart, everyone needs love, everyone can give love, everyone can receive love, and love goes beyond just humanity, okay? So what I'm going to talk about is a little exercise that we can do, and if we all do it, and by all I mean anyone who watches this video, anyone you share it with, anyone you know really, it's so fundamentally simple. If we all do it, it will make the world a better place. Okay? As simple as that. So, where do we begin? Okay, what I'm talking about is sending love to the planet. So let's break that down. So it's an active thing you're sending. It's not a passive thing. It needs our involvement. If we're involved in it, there is more of it. Okay? And love, in its simplest form, let's keep it really simple. Love is a very powerful neutral energy. So it is very capable of producing change. If you think about, for example, making a cup of coffee, you start with cold water. The only way that you end up with a nice hot cup of coffee is by putting energy in the form of heat. So heat or energy creates change. It changes cold water to hot water. It gives it energy, then it can taste nice, and you can have your coffee. So we understand that if you put energy into a system, it can change, it can raise its vibration. Like just as heat raises the temperature of water to make coffee, so too when we send love to something, it raises it up, it builds up its energies. Okay, so we're talking about sending love to the planet. By that I mean treating the earth and everything on it as one, not breaking it down to my best friends or sending love to my family or to those people I know. Because love doesn't have boundaries. Love doesn't exclude, it includes everything. And the more you are spiritual and investigate these things, and also I think people just understand this fundamentally, we are all connected. And again, this is where the virus has really kind of opened a lot of people's eyes. It's shown the connections, it's shown how, they're talking about isolating because we are all so connected. We're in a global world. But the world itself is connected. We're starting to see, I think most people accept things like the environment is in good shape. That, for example, lifestyle choices like eating less meat can have a positive impact on the planet. So whatever you do in your life is having an impact across the planet, because where does your food come from? It comes from not just England, but other places, for example. So we are connected. We can all understand that. And spiritually speaking, or on a higher energy level, we're all connected as well. So we're sending love to the planet, and that includes the people, that includes the animals, that includes the plants, that includes the planet, the earth, the ground itself. But it also includes, if you want to look at it more spiritually, it also includes things like the planetary consciousness, or the consciousness of humanity. And so we're going to put love into that. We're going to put love into the whole system. Okay? So how do we do this? So first of all, you need to be still. And again, we're not talking about sitting cross-legged in a particular pose, meditating. In fact, you don't want to be meditating, because meditation is meditation. Sending love is sending love. They're two different things. But you want to be that kind of relaxed state. You definitely want to have your eyes closed, because that just helps you to be more focused into your intentions of what it is that you're doing. And so we're just really talking about stillness. Now, there's a really wonderful video if you want some more practice on this, or you want to explore the whole thing about stillness and love a bit deeper. One of the first guided meditates that I did was a meditation called Stillness and Love, and it's suitable for kids, it's suitable for adults, it's suitable for people that aren't particularly interested in spirituality but just want to start to explore a little bit more about inner peace. And so I recommend that to everyone. Now, I don't think there's a person that wouldn't benefit, and so I'll show you how to get that. But basically that's separate from this, but it's more if you want to from this then explore deeper things, or if you want to become more proficient at sending love, then having a bedrock of inner peace and stillness is a really wonderful thing. There's no need to visualize, so you're going to close your eyes and I'll tell you the words, and you can find your own as well, but I'll share with you how I would do it. But you don't need to visualize. A lot of people, when they're doing things like healing or energy work, they go into a lot of visualization, and what they don't understand is, in some respects, it doesn't limit things too much, but actually you're putting more energy into the visualization than you are into doing what it is that you're trying to do. And visualization is all about the mind and imagination, and what we're talking about here, sending love, is all about the heart. It's not a head thing, it's a heart thing. So no need to visualize the planet, no need to visualize love coming and going and all of these things. Okay, so I'm going to tell you now how to do it, and then I'm going to talk about when to do it, whether it's better to do it on your own or with other people. But let's break it down into how to do it. So you'd sit with your eyes closed, you get nice and comfortable. This is fine exactly as I am. You can sit on a sofa, you can sit up in bed, you can do it lying down if you want. A lot of people find that if they lie down and get relaxed, they might fall asleep. But it's whatever's comfortable for you. Comfort is the key word here, because you want to relax. So you close your eyes. And although the exercise is to send love to the planet, we're going to start with simply in your head. So I'll say it out loud, but this is what you would be saying to yourself. I fill myself with love. It's as simple as that. Just, I fill myself with love. Or I allow love to flow into me until I am completely full. And if it helps, just take a couple of really nice deep breaths and breathe down here in the belly. So you'll see, belly opens up, relax. Breathing's optional, but if it helps you, just take a couple of deep breaths and say it again in your mind. Or just on the inside, forget about the mind. Just, I fill myself with love. There's no visualization. You may notice something, you may not. It doesn't really matter. Intention is so powerful. Just saying those words with a little bit of attention, a little bit of intention, goes a long way. Maybe after 30 seconds, then you say, I send love to the planet. And again, you may feel something, you may not. Some of you may want to sit with your hands facing upwards, resting on your lap, but that's not important. Neither's thinking about it too much. This isn't a thinking thing. It's an allowing. Really what we're doing is we're setting our intention and we're allowing it to happen. I send love to the planet. what I'd say is, when you do this at home, sit for as long as you want. You may find that you're dropping into a deeper stillness. You may find that the longer you go, the stronger it gets. But I generally recommend maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes. It doesn't need to be a long time, but if you want to, keep going. It's up to you. Follow your intuition, follow your gut feelings on this. And it's as simple as that. And at the end, if you want to, you can show gratitude. But that's really got to be a personal thing. I'm not going to impose any beliefs or ideas on you. It's what you know to be true. For some people, it might be just, I thank God for that love. For others, if they don't think that way or have those beliefs, then they may just say, I thank the universe, or I thank whatever is the source of that love. But it's always nice to go full circle and to have gratitude. The other key thing that you really want when you're doing this, which is why stillness is so important and to get out of the mind, is to be coming from a place of humility. And so if you're sitting there going, hey, look how special I am, I'm sending love to the planet, then there's no humility, and love can't flow if there's no humility. If you're sitting there going, I'm grateful for this opportunity to do something to help myself and to help others, then that's a much better place to be coming from, and that's a much more humble place. And humility and gratitude go hand in hand. So this is also a really nice exercise in just kind of checking in with yourself about where you're coming from and how you are as a human being, or human doing. Okay, so let's talk about how we, all of us, can make this more powerful. Each one of us is like a moment or a point in a cloud. And when we send love, it's like letting go and letting that drop of rain fall to the ground. So I do it, and a drop falls. Someone else does it, and another drop falls. It's a nice sunny day outside. If one drop of rain landed on the roof of my van, I wouldn't think anything of it. But if 1,000 drops of rain all landed on the roof of my mobile home, then I'd realise it was raining, and it was raining heavy. And all that water is going to wash stuff away. And love is the same. It's not a case that if 100 people sit down and all send love at different times of the day, or if they all do it together. When they do it together, it isn't that there's more love sent, it's just that all the love arrives at the same time. So it's the difference between a drop of rain here or there, or all the rain coming and having a nice kind of flash flood to wash away all the problems. So if we all aim to do this round about the same time, then it's a lot more powerful. And because of the way energy works, love doesn't just go boom and then disappear. It hangs around for a while. So a 4-hour window generally is really good. What I mean by that is, say 1,000 of us are going to do this, or 10,000 of us, or even just 10, or even just you and your best friend. If you do it within 4 hours of each other, it will have more impact than if you did it, say, 6 hours apart. If you do it within 1 hour of each other, that's even better. But because everyone's got different schedules, let's be realistic. So 4 hours tends to be the widest window that you would want to go to. Beyond that, it starts to dilute. So what I'm proposing is that every evening, let's make this part of our daily appreciation of being alive, of being humans, of recognizing that we are special, that we are come from something much, much bigger, that we have this capacity for love, not only to receive it, but to give it. I think that's something that's certainly worth 1 minute a day, And if you can't do every day, don't worry. If you can only do 1 day a week, great. But let's build habits that support us, okay? So what I'm proposing is every day between 6 o'clock in the evening and 10 p.m. And we're UK time, so if you're watching this, for example, in America, and you're 6 hours behind, then I guess it would be between midday and 4 in the afternoon or something like that. But UK time, let's say between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. Let's do this exercise. If you are part of a group, or you've got friends or family and they want to be involved in this, then it is really nice. I mean, all the people I teach, we tend to all sit down and try and aim to do stuff together, even if we're in different parts of the country or in different parts of the world. Because even if you're not in the same room, it's really nice having that connection with other people and knowing that as I'm sitting down to do this, I know that 20, 30, 40 other people are doing it. Then intellectually and psychologically, you're building connections. They're already there, but it's nice to acknowledge them. So 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day, I'm going to be sitting down at some point during that time, and I'm going to be doing this exercise, and I invite you to join in. Okay, so there's some really useful videos. There's also a really nice guided meditate and video about the heart chakra, if you want to go into a bit more detail about what's actually going on when you bring love in, and kind of understanding your chakras, which are different energy centers, and the heart chakra is the one to do with love. But for now, let's keep things really simple. Let's make it something that everyone can do. So please, please, please give this a go. Enjoy it. You can't do it wrong. So it's one of those things that you can only benefit from. And you notice the first thing we did was we brought love into ourselves. This is actually a really important lesson, kind of a life lesson for people, is that if you want to help others, you have to take care of yourself. If you don't have love in yourself, then where are you giving it from? Ultimately, love comes to us from something much, much higher. And that, in a way, is the purpose of a spiritual journey, a meditative journey, is to explore that and enjoy that and to open up to it and become more able to channel. But if you don't have love in yourself, then you can't give love to others, and you can't recognize it either. So the people that are most able to give love are the people that work in terms of not acknowledging love, having love in them, accepting it, and knowing that you are completely worthy of having love, of receiving love, of giving love, of being loved. You are love. And I know that it's really difficult sometimes for people to hear the words "I love you," and I'm not talking relationships, I'm talking from someone, even if it's someone close to them, because a lot of us, life has pummeled us and reduced our self-esteem and our sense of value to real low levels. So I'm reminding you, it's my duty to do so, that you are amazing. You're perfect exactly as you are. I mean, we've all got things to work on. That's the point of this soul journey through many lifetimes. But right now, you are meant to be. You chose to be here, believe it or not. And if things aren't going great, then that's just a sign that we need to look at things, step back and look at things differently. And because the whole purpose of being here is about love, then love's a really good starting place, because if you've got love in you, you can recognise it. If you can recognise it, then you can recognise good decisions that will take you more towards love. Not love from other people or relationships and stuff like that. That's a part of it, but the much, much bigger picture. So, on that note, I'm going to bless you. I bless you. For watching this video, I thank you. I'm grateful. Please share it with others. And I love you. I do not even know who you are, but we are all one. And when you say to someone, "I love you," you're also acknowledging the whole. So peace be with you. Enjoy this exercise. And when you do it, it is okay to feel good about the fact that you've done something good. But remain humble, okay? Lots of love to you all.